Hey everybody, it's Miss Aideen. Today I'm playing with size. So I have my sketchbook and I'm dividing my paper into 4 places, and I am drawing the ocean with fish and a sunset. You're going to notice that my fish are really small here and there's not much detail. And as I fill in each box, I'm going to be getting closer and closer to a fish. So it goes from being far away to really up close, and then so close that you can't see the whole thing and it becomes a little abstract. So each box is a complete picture. You can do this on one page if you want, like I did, or you can do it on 4 separate pages. You could even go further and do 5 or 6, so it goes from even further away to so up close. I'm going to leave it at 4 for today. And you can see from my first box to the second box that you no longer see the sun or most of the background, but that you see the 2 fish, and you can tell that they're fish. Oh, hey Sleepy. Sleepy's coming to say hi. They always come to visit. Okay, so on my third box, you've lost the second and third fish. And now you're seeing more detail in the fish that I'm drawing. Now I started with pencil, and then I'm going to outline it in marker and colored in. You don't have to do all the steps. I just wanted to make sure that it was really clear what I was doing for this video. Now, you don't need to try to do it with a fish. You can. You could do it with a farm and a cow. You could do it with a tree and sunset. You could do anything you want and just pick one thing and make it bigger and bigger and let everything else around it start to disappear. So you can see this is the eye of my fish, and it is huge. It is bigger than the original fish, right? And you can still see that it's a fish. I could zoom in even more and make it so it's just the texture of the scales. And that's why I was saying that you can do more than 4 boxes. And here you can see that there's detail in his face, or the fish's face. I don't know if it's a boy. And it takes a little bit of time to add those details. It probably takes longer to do the larger picture than it does for the smaller one because of the amount of details that get included. When you zoom into something really close, it almost becomes abstract. When you can no longer identify what something is really clearly, but you can see all the bright colors and the details, then it changes the idea of a fish to just something beautiful or something abstract, or the pattern. So now I'm going to go over everything with a Sharpie, a really fine point. I just don't want to lose the details when I color it in. You might not do this step, or you might just start with your marker. And as I go over it, it's not perfect. I don't have every pencil line exact. I'm going very quickly, not as quick as the sped up version, but I am working quickly. I love to draw fish because they have so much fun textures, and they can be any color you want and have it be realistic. Fish come in every color, shape, and size. You can even look up lanternfish or deep sea fish or tropical fish and draw something from an image. Now this fish is a basic fish. I'm drawing it just from my memory of what I know fish to look like. And you can do that. You can make up your own. Right, and here I'm just adding a little bit of the details of the waves, and now I'm going to start coloring it in. Like I said, each step isn't necessary. I could leave it right here because you do get the idea of playing with size. I just always like to add color. In the first one, I'm just doing all the water, sort of a single color, and putting some green for my seaweed in there. I'm letting the fish have no detail at all. They're just some random color that's a little bit different than the water, but not much. And my background is just, the sky is just blues. And you can see that this is a really sped up video. My hands do not move that quickly, although it would be fun if they did. I'm just going through and coloring some of the water. So you should be thinking about what you want to do with this. Like, how do you want to change your composition by playing with size? If you were going to do a field of flowers, would you zoom in on one flower, or would you zoom in on like a blade of grass? Like, what is it that you want to draw, and what is it that you want to stand out at the end? How are you going to decide what part of your drawing that you're going to make bigger and bigger each time? Right, and already the colors are, a little bit more vibrant and brighter because it's up closer. This is my second to largest fish. And you can see I'm going back and forth between them, adding different colors in different places and working in different boxes. You can do one box at a time, or you can do it back and forth like I am. That's up to you. Every artist works their own way. And here I'm adding some pink in my scales. And here where I'm adding pink, I'm just sort of brushing it on sideways. But for the biggest one, I'm adding more fine point and detail. Because the closer you are to something, the more details you will see. I'm giving my fish a really flat black eye and erasing a tiny bit for a light spot. I should have left it lighter, but that's fine. It's got a big dead eye. Coloring the background. And I'm going to keep working. I'm going to fill them all in. In this one, the water is even more intense in color. And you can see that, like I said before, the closer you are, the more detail it is, that it takes more time to actually draw. To draw something zoomed in up close means you really need to pay attention to all the details, and that it will take longer to draw. Just the scales took longer than this entire fish and picture I'm doing right now. Adding some yellow, keep adding colors. I'm going to make this dark green. It's one of the reasons, fish are great, because any way you draw them, any colors you use, and you are right. There's going to be a fish that has those colors somewhere. Here I'm adding some bright yellow. And I just keep adding color and layering. I could go on for a long time with this pattern, but I want to keep this a pretty short video. So I'm just going to finish the rest of my color, add a little bit of detail to each of my boxes. And this is about it. The orange, this should be, I think, my last detail for today. If you like my video, hit the like button and subscribe. And everybody stay safe and have a really great day.